How does that happen? What hooked you?
Yeah, so being able to watch some people and realize by watching that like the way I was playing it was the wrong way. You know, it's like don't hatch and run factory. You know what I mean? So that was one thing. And really just like it's really interesting. It's almost hard to quantify what captured me about the game. Well, I guess here's how you would quantify how I am a sucker for vision. Like I'll just when I hear the vision for Tarkov, I'm just like, that sounds like the best video game ever. So, like, a lot of people are experiencing like, like burnout or whatever. Like, if this game, like, you know what I mean? If they're like, oh, delay again. If this game doesn't come out till 2039, I'm going to be there. Because every time Nikita opens his mouth and starts talking about the game, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But it's so interesting because I was never into hardcore games. I was never into games that like really rewarded you by forcing you to go through punishment first and then it feels better after. Like, the low-hanging fruit everybody compares, it's like the Dark Souls, the FPS. That's what Tarkov, you know what I mean? It's just like it's really brutal, it's really punishing, but it's rewarding when you get there. I never played Dark Souls. I was not into those games. I didn't like games that were hard. I played every game I ever got on normal mode. I never turned it up to hard mode. So it was weird. It was weird that a game so brutal and punishing captured me so much. I think I was like, as a guy who just like, I'm definitely not like a gun nut, but just as a guy who enjoys like firearms and weapons, the realism aspect of just like having to check the chamber and like the fact that if I have a 30 round mag and I shoot 13 rounds and I reload, that mag carries those 17 rounds left. And if I reload back to it, it's a half, like all that kind of stuff. That's like, that got me in. And then the vision for what the game could be once you start playing it really like hooked me. And then for sure, I tell chat this all the time, streaming, like there's not a question in my mind that I would not be playing this game right now if I wasn't streaming. Like people ask me all the time how much I play offline and it's like 0. Like every time I try to play offline, I die, I get super frustrated and I close the game and like 2 raids, like, and people are so weird because they're like, you're so chill. It's like, and I guess that ties into my backstory too, is just video games has always been a very communal thing to me. Like I don't like 60% of the video games I've purchased myself, I never completed. If it's a single player game and I buy it and I'm like so excited about it and I'll play it and I'll put 40, 60 hours into it, I won't complete it. Like there's this video games for me, there has always been a social component to it. And so even just having 2 or 3 viewers that I can like talk to and that maybe knew the game better than me and said the extract's over there, that for sure is what kept me playing.